Hey guys, I'm back, and this past weekend was San Diego Comic-Con 2018, so today we're going to do a little countdown of my top 5 favorite stories and reveals from this past weekend. Coming in at number 5, Halloween. Now, we didn't get a new trailer or new pictures, I don't think, but it was just really great to see the production crew out there at the panel and at the con, and it just made me really excited for this new movie coming out this fall. It was really great to see Jamie Lee Curtis out there with the fans. I mean, she's been doing this character for 40 years now, and she's still really excited for it. I mean, she's already come back once before, 20 years ago, and now we're doing another reboot, sequel thing, and I can't believe I'm going for it. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for some more Halloween. And I think it's like really great how into it she is. She's really talking about how the movie is going to be about surviving and survivors, and how a big part of it's just going to be about this girl who had this really traumatic experience with this psychopath 40 years ago one night, and how maybe the world didn't treat her so well after that, and where Laurie Strode ended up is really intriguing. And it was just really great seeing her there again and having really great interactions with the fans. And I'm just pumped for Halloween. When's Halloween? I think it's like 99 days. Not soon enough. Number 4, and it's kind of a bummer to talk about, but it was a piece of news that dropped this past weekend, and that is the firing of Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn. First off, you should know that I follow James Gunn on Twitter, and I've always seen that he is leaning towards the left politically, and he's not a fan of the Trump presidency. He makes that very well known, and he has a lot of different interactions on Twitter with right-wing people and all the sort. So there's tends to be a nice group of people who go after him a lot and maybe just don't find him to be the best. And they went back into his receipts, they went back into his old tweets from like 10 or so years ago, and they found some not so great stuff. And those tweets got James Gunn fired pretty swiftly. And I read them, and they're pretty bad. Like, I'm not gonna repeat them here because that'd be pretty awful. But it's very much riding a line of like, it's just pretty bad humor, but is it even humor anymore? I don't know. But right now it really has the industry torn as far as, is Disney overstepping bounds by doing this? Did they overreact? A lot of people, including members of the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy, have basically kind of made it known that they don't think it's the greatest decision, and it's kind of putting this thing in the air of like, are any of us even safe? Are all of us going to be doomed by something we tweeted 10 years ago? I mean, I don't even want to know what is on my Twitter feed 10 years ago. I mean, I really don't think I have James Gunn quality tweets, but like, I think we all made some pretty dumb social media decisions this past decade. And I don't know, I just feel like we're in a new age. We're in a new age where everything, we're all held accountable instantly. James Gunn has already apologized for these tweets before. People have already brought these tweets out to the public before. And I don't know, it's just like, I'm pretty torn myself whether or not they should have even fired him or they should rehire him. I do think Guardians of the Galaxy can survive and will prosper beyond James Gunn, but I do think that it would be really great if he could finish his trilogy. But we live in this time where, who knows? What do you guys think? Do you think Disney should rehire him? Do you think he got what he deserved? Do you think that none of us are safe and we should delete our Twitter? Number 3, Aquaman. Just like when I'm like, oh, you know, DC, I'm pretty like tired of this now. Justice League was pretty bad, and whoa, they just brought it to Comic-Con this year, and now I'm like wicked excited for all of the movies they have coming out. They finally unveiled the trailer for James Wan's Aquaman, which comes out this December, and it was pretty amazing. Like, I don't know crap about Aquaman. I mean, I've known about him growing up a little tiny bit, but I've always taken him just as seriously as Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob. Like, they're pretty much one and the same to me. So last year's Justice League, which was pretty bad, but Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, he was pretty great. He was kind of badass in it. They gave him kind of like this like rugged surfer edge to him, which like the movie sucked, but he was kind of cool. So now I'm really excited for this new movie. The trailer had like a bunch of new things I've never seen before because I'm not familiar with the comics, and they show like this new Atlantis. Is that where that place underwater is? It looked like this like beautiful world. Like it reminded me of like Black Panther a little bit, how we just went into this like beautiful like city that I've never even thought about in my mind before. I don't know. I'm excited for how much I don't know about it, and it looked pretty visually stunning. The underwater effects look really great, and the color palette even like was really fresh and looks the reds and the aquas and the whites, and it's gonna be a good movie, I think. Sharks, riding on sharks. Number 2 is another DC trailer, and that is Shazam! I don't know a lot about Shazam either, but when I was younger, I had a How to Draw DC Characters book, and I would see Shazam in the books and notice that it was the kid becoming the superhero, and I thought that premise just seemed really awesome, and that's why I got excited when I heard that the DCEU, or the Worlds of DC, whatever we're supposed to call this film series. I thought it was really great that they're doing an adaptation, and I wasn't sure how it would like play out, and I wasn't sure what it would look like, but with this trailer, it was so much fun. I mean, Shazam seems to be this movie about this like, I think an orphan kid who's having this tough time, but he's pretty tough himself, and he somehow gets the powers of Shazam and turns into this like Superman like hero, but he can't fly. They make that apparent in the trailer. He cannot fly. It just looks like so much fun and such a new, fresh take for the DC movies, and I think they're really getting their act together. I'm getting excited for what they have for the future instead of getting frustrated because they keep on announcing things and not doing them, or I don't know. But I think since last year's Justice League, they've taken the time to kind of recourse, and here's hoping that it's gonna be great because that trailer was amazing. And now the story that got me the most geeked out, most pumped from San Diego Comic-Con 2018, and that was the trailer for Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Now, I'm a huge fan of Godzilla growing up. I loved Barney, Godzilla. They were one and the same for me. And I'm a huge fan of the 2014 Gareth Edwards film. I do think that maybe it could have been improved upon in a couple ways, like with more Godzilla, more monsters, which I think we're gonna get in this film, which is directed by Michael Dougherty, the director of Trick or Treat and Krampus. And it stars Millie Bobby Brown and Vera Farmiga, and Ken Watanabe's coming back as Dr. Serizawa. And it just looks so great. I mean, the trailer had so many monster reveals. We got to see Mothra, well, we got to see glimpses of Mothra, Rodan, King Ghidorah, and of course, the big guy, Godzilla. And growing up watching these movies from the 60s and 70s, I never thought that I'd see some of these monsters on the big screen in America, or even fully rendered with like glorious Hollywood CGI. I mean, seeing Mothra's wings come in through the water there with that music was also gorgeous. It almost sounded like the Mothra theme from the original films. And it looks like the world is just getting messed up by these monsters. Like, we ain't gonna make it, guys, unless we do something. I don't know. Millie Bobby Brown needs to save the day. I don't know. But I just think that it's been a long wait. It's gonna be 5 years after the first one came out, but I do think that they kind of listened to the fans that said they want more action, and I hope the characters of the character beats of the trailer made it look like we're gonna have maybe even better character stories than in the first film. So I'm loving Legendary's Monsterverse. It's been Godzilla, Kong Skull Island was awesome, and I can't wait how this is all leading up to 2020 with Godzilla vs. King Kong. It's gonna be great, and I kind of hate that they moved this from March to May of next year just because I want it sooner, but I just got so happy, and I've just been sharing that trailer, and it just got me the most geeked out, and it made me remember why we all love movies and why we love Comic-Con. What were some of your favorite reveals, favorite trailers? There's a lot of news coming out this weekend that I could have probably made like a top 20, top 10 list, but that was my top 5, and I would love to know what you guys thought of this weekend and some of my picks. And I'll be sure to have some more movie reviews for you soon, and I love being a geek. Bye.